Hello there, good evening to you all. This is being recorded during the evening time, so it is an evening. It is good evening to me, from me to you. And welcome to edition 10, episode 10 of the current Mark 2 Burnley Career mode. Now, we've got a very busy January coming up with the potential of we've got 5 league games and potentially 4 cup ties if we get past Leicester in the FA Cup. We've also got the 2 Titanic tussles with Arsenal over 2 legs, which I'm completely and utterly looking forward to, because it could be a compelling semi-final. So some big games, pivotal as well in the league. We've got 2 away games on the spin against Newcastle, Tottenham and Leicester in the cup. We're going to do, I think we might do 4 actually in this career mode. See how we go from there. I mean, if we draw with Leicester, it's another potential replay, because you've got to obviously allow for replays in the cup these days and things like that. So if by quirk of fate we end up drawing the Leicester City Cup tie, we could potentially play 10 games in January. So we've got to so it could be anything between maybe 2 or 3 videos being made, but we're going to do 4 for this career mode. For this first part of January in this career mode series, and we're going to start with Newcastle. Obviously any updates with transfers and stuff, because it's now January transfer window, and we'll also cover that in great detail along with the Sunderland away match in a future January video. So it's going to be at least maybe 3 parts. In fact, I think it will be 3 parts if I'm being totally honest, because we've still got to allow time for the old January transfer window to pop shut as well, and we can talk through that. So we'll do 4 on this first batch, see how we go from there on in. If there's any extra cup ties or replays, we can do that, and then hopefully we might end up, if the Leicester game does go to replays, we can do it as a 4, and then the first video as a 4 game, second video a 3, and then the final video as a 3 as well, depending on anything else, because there's going to be I'm wagering there'll be a 4th round FA Cup tie in amongst that lot as well. So who knows? I mean, we might have the QPR game move. We don't know yet. It's all a bit pie in the sky. So, but any changes with videos and the format, I will let you know in due course on the next one. But as things stand, we are going to do 4, because there are 4 big games. 2 of them cup ties. They're the latter 2. Away at Leicester in the first leg of that League Cup semi against Arsenal, but it's league action we kick off with, and we're at St James's Park first against Newcastle. That's coming up in a second, and we're at Tottenham Hotspur for that rearranged game that should have been played last month but didn't, because we had to play Champions League. I think that's the reason for that, or maybe it was the cup quarter final. We don't know. But we are playing at White Hart Lane. So the 2 league games are the first 2. But obviously the White Hart Lane clash to come with Tottenham. But first it's Newcastle on New Year's Day at St James's Park. Hello and very good afternoon. Happy New Year. It's the turn of the year. And it's Burnley against Newcastle. As you can see, Chelsea have played 1 game more, but Burnley can really still keep up with the pace. They've got that game in hand against Tottenham coming up next midweek. The sun is out on New Year's Day. It's the first match of the new calendar year, 2015. Burnley very much poised to keep on with their quadruple trophy trail. And it's also the January window, so which means probably new signings. For Newcastle, Tim Krul keeps his place in goal. Versus Sissoko plays, Gutierrez plays, Simon de Jong and Papi Cisse, who scored against Burnley, they all play. Jack Colback, who started at Burnley at Turf War, is only amongst the substitutes. Burnley make one notable change up front, and that is Harry Kane in place of Sam Vokes. And I think with all these games and all these cup ties coming up, the likes of Vokes and Bottles need to be rested. Otherwise, it's the same team that knocked City for 3. The referee today is Michael Oliver. from about 30 miles up the road in County Durham. Tough afternoon for Mike Williamson and co. Up against goal-hungry strikers. There is the referee from Northumberland, Michael Over. Hasn't touched the trouble too far, but he's not a Newcastle fan. I'm sure he's totally unbiased. He's a good referee, Michael Over, one of the best this country's got at the moment, since the retirement, of course, of one Howard Webb. So Newcastle, of course, in black and white stripes, get us away. They attack the Gallagher end to our right. Burnley, of course, will attack where their supporters are in the first half. Left to right in this game. Newcastle coming forward already. And an early break here. And this could be... Oh, what a disastrous start for Burnley. Just 4 minutes on the clock here and Newcastle have scored. Eaton beaten a mile. And it's Daryl Yemat who's found the bottom corner. And the Gallagher end has gone absolutely crazy with glee. It's his first goal of the season, and what a boost for his confidence, that's for sure. And Burnley here, who are chasing the league title at the moment, are trailing on New Year's Day. They've come into this unbeaten in 4. Have won their last 4. And here's Danny Ings. Oh, nearly got the equaliser. As I say, they've won their last 4 here, Burnley, including a 6-1 thrashing in Newcastle, which really did propel them. It was one of their best performances. Then in Liverpool, I thought, have been the better performances this season, certainly in terms of how well they played and how good they were organised, certainly at home. Best away performance, certainly the last match against Manchester City. And the news gets worse for Burnley because Chelsea, their big rivals, who are going into this 3 points ahead, they could have a 6-point gap in their favour here if they hang on to what they have now at Tottenham. They're 1 up, by the way. Cross coming in, Dawson away. Kane now to take it up for Burnley. Ings. And here's Danny Ings. Good run, good purposeful run. It's hit the crossbar. It didn't go in. It has now. He got it in at the second time of asking. And Burnley are level. It bounced on the line, but the goal didn't count. And Danny Ings had the presence of mind to play on and nodding to an empty net. Goalkeeper slow to react after that effort to come crashing down off the crossbar. It didn't cross the line according to Hawkeye. The ball came back and Ings was on hand to level it up at 1-1. Well, what a game we've got on our hands now. Wheeling in there. So too Tiote. Away from Jones, who bundled him down, but the referee, Oliver, deciding that play should continue, quite wisely in fact. It just lets the game flow. Here's Wheeling. Here's Ings. Okay, making a run into the centre there. That's Ross back. Kane was lurking. Newcastle just about clearing their lines. Kindly with a header. Halfway through the first half. 1-1. Not a bad way to start the new year. And a good dramatic game of football. But here's De Jong. Still De Jong. Good save by Heaton, or was it? Oh, it's an own goal, I think. Newcastle restored our lead, and De Jong is claiming it. But it seemed to come off Heaton. He saved it onto the post, and then it sort of ricocheted back off his hand. He could do absolutely nothing about it here, the Burnley keeper. Great save there. In fact, it came off the defender. There was not a lot Tom Eaton could do about that. The shot was just too powerful for him. He did actually well to tip it under the post, and then Shekel, I don't believe what he did there. He should have left it really and let Tom Eaton pounce on it. And the Burnley captain, who made an absolute rick for Newcastle's goal at Turf Moor, has just made another costly one there at St James's Park in front of the Gallagate. And David Jones was booked for the earlier incident, and I'm sure it will be De Jong's goal. I know the dubious goals committee may have something to say about that. But Newcastle 2-1 up. But here's Kiteley though for Burnley. Kiteley with a shot. Well, they could have equalised there quite easily, Burnley. Well, it's back to the Southampton situation again, because they were trailing at this stage against Southampton. They were all over the place defensively, but they showed the spirit, and now the team spirit once again is called to question. Do Burnley have that capacity at the moment in their squad to handle all this at the moment? Shekel to Kiteley. Remember, they're chasing all potential pieces of silverware. And here's Danny Ings. Good purposeful run. Ings! Straight at the goalkeeper. What a game this is turning out to be here at St James's Park. And here's Gutierrez. Stopped quite brilliantly by Shekel. That was better defended by the defender, but the ball forward towards Ings wasn't a good ball. It was, in fact, it was quite overhit there by the Burnley captain. Gnabry, good challenge. He loses possession rather carelessly, rather cheaply. It's surely going to be a foul, but the referee playing on quite wisely again with Musa Sissoko. And problems here for Burnley, but Newcastle can't profit from it. Here's Kane though to Ings. What a good first half this has been. And Ings is on course now. Can he equalise? He can! It's 2-2! What an incredible first half at St James's Park! Danny Ings has equalised. That's 2 goals for him this afternoon. And boy, did he take this brilliantly. And Burnley are going to go in at half-time surely, Neville. 14 for the season. His stock gets higher and higher. 2-2. Stephen Ward in all of that got fouled for that earlier challenge on, I think it might have been Papa Cisse. Here's Harry Kane now. It could be 3-2 to Burnley. Kane, he scored! Remarkable! It's all turned around in the space of 2 minutes. Harry Kane has made it 3-2. And St James's Park, what was rocking about 5 minutes ago, is now suddenly plunged into complete, utter silence. Harry Kane strikes goal number 9 this season. And what a first half this has been. Newcastle 2, Burnley 3, De Jong and Yamat for Newcastle, and 2 for Ings and 1 for Kane. Well, what can you say about that first half? Well, second half will have to go some for entertainment. There's the half-time whistle. Newcastle twice saved through Yamat and De Jong, but Danny Ings had equalised twice, and then Harry Kane, with virtually the last kick of the first half, was put Burnley in front for the first time. Half-time here, it's Newcastle 2, Burnley 3. Well, welcome back to St James's Park after a thrilling first half. So let's give you a rundown of all the other scores then, shall we, at half-time. At Villa Park, down in Birmingham, it's Aston Villa 2, Crystal Palace 0. 1-1 at half-time between Hull City and Everton at the Kingston Communications Stadium. At Anfield, it's Leicester trailing Liverpool by a goal to nil. At Eastland, or the Etihad now, it's Manchester City 1, Sunderland 1. So City having troubles at home as well. Yet again, Sunderland really proving a thorn in their side. At Loftus Road, it's QPR 0, Swansea City 1. It's in Mary's. Quality match down there at the moment, full of excitement itself. Southampton 1, Arsenal 2. Two attack-minded sides there. In the game, well, folk taking a little special interest in because it's Chelsea involved. They're actually winning against Spurs. So no, it's not a good result for Burnley, but Burnley winning at Newcastle. It wouldn't make much difference, but the gap would still be 3 points if Burnley and Chelsea were to win. A bit of an upset at the Britannia at the moment. Stoke City 1, Louis van Gaal's Manchester United 0. And finally at Upton Park, it's West Ham 0, West Bromwich Albion 0. No changes from either side. Compelling end to the first half, which for entertainment value was 10 out of 10 on both sides. And the second half will surely have to go some to repeat that formula. Here's Gnabry. A busy schedule for Burnley. Started the FA Cup a week today, and then and before that there's that game in hand against Spurs, so it's imperative that they get a victory there as Harry Kane goes for the near post, but he won't beat Tim Krul from that angle. Here's Ings on the hat-trick, of course. Here's Danny Ings, he's through, good save. And a significant change in the scores at White Hart Lane because Tottenham, through Aaron Lennon, have equalised. And as things stand now, the gap, I'm guessing, will be actually, I'm just trying to think now, Burnley go a point clear if things were to stay that way, I think. So it's imperative really that Burnley hang on to this lead. Stephen Taylor has just come on for Newcastle. In fact, it's a double change in there. Papi Cisse is going to be replaced by Andrew Ferreira. So Cisse has not scored against Burnley today. He hasn't repeated the trick he did at Turf Hall, even though it was in a completely utter lost cause. Fabio Colacini, by the way, is the player that's Stephen Taylor's replaced. Here's Sim De Jong. De Jong! Oh, it's gone in! Well, what a cracker! Oh, most of St James's Park erupts, and Sim De Jong has hit an absolutely unstoppable shot. Nobody closed him down in the claret shirt. He was allowed the freedom of the goal to shoot. Tom Eaton hands a prize as soon as the ball was struck. And Newcastle have responded in a magnificent way here. A real blow for the Clarets as Sim De Jong clocks up goal number 6 for the season in the Premier League. And it's 3-3 in another classic here. How many of these great games can we serve up this season? We're going to run out here. Stoke extend their lead over Manchester United to 2-0. Jeff Cameron the scorer at the Britannia. 3-3 here. And Ings is onside. He's on the hat-trick, of course. He's a little bit isolated. He tried to play it to Kane. He ran a little bit too soon. Here's Jones. A thriller here up in the northeast of England. Newcastle United 3, Burnley 3. And here come Newcastle now. Oh, it's in! I don't believe this game. 10 minutes ago, Burnley were looking at leadership on the table. And now they could fall 2 points behind Chelsea. Vieira has scored the substitute, and the Gallagher end has gone absolutely wild. How much of this can we absolutely stand? Newcastle 4, Burnley 3, and again, suspect defending there by the Clarets. That's really disappointing defending. Again, you can't blame the goalkeeper for that at all. Tim Krul with his fist raised, but a disastrous start to the second half, certainly opening period of the second half for the Clarets. And they've got 22 minutes now to potentially find 2 goals to get 3 points. And they need to get them quickly. Here's Kane. It's there! It's there, no end to this drama! 4-4! And it's the 3rd time in the match that Burnley have equalised. And Kane now has his 2nd. And now he's also hat-trick hunting along with Sim de Jong from Newcastle and his strike partner Danny Ings. This is one of the most open games of football we've seen this season. Double figures for the season. 4-4. What more can you say? What more can you say? Just sit back, YouTube viewers, and enjoy this last 20 minutes because it's going to be a roller coaster of a finish. Harry Kane. Ings is the furthest one forward. Here's David Jones. Ings has actually hurt himself there. Off the ball. Meanwhile, it's Glenn Whelan! Straight at the goalkeeper. And still with play on. Ings is okay now to carry on. And now Ings again. Who's going to win it? Who's going to lose it? We've got 12 minutes to find out. Will it end a draw? All 3 permutations well and truly a possibility. A Newcastle win or a Burnley win or maybe a 4-4 draw. Here's Chiote. Shackle in the way. He's been culpable for at least 2 or 3 of the goals, Jason Shackle, I have to say. David Jones. Danny Ings. Glenn Whelan picks the ball up. That's going to be a free kick to Burnley. Jack Cole back on for Verdin and Anita. Well, whatever happens now, everybody's had their money's worth today. Terrific entertainment, terrific advert for the Premier League. Here's Jones! He's won it! What a finish! What a finish! Newcastle 4, the Clarets 5. And you will never see a more remarkable, more dramatic game of football ever again. What a finish, and it deserved a great finish. And David Jones, the midfield scorer extraordinaire. He's at it again. Goal number 9 this season from midfield. And it's all of a sudden Newcastle 4, Burnley 5. And we couldn't have had a more fitting finish to a brilliant, brilliant end-to-end, open attacking game of football. And the Clarets yet again, if they can hold on to this slender 5-4 lead, have shown that famous fighting spirit. 3 crucial points could well be theirs. But wait, it's a free kick for Newcastle. Is the drama over? Not over yet. Not if Bruce Sidoko can put a quality ball in there. This is going to be nip and tuck now. We're nearly in seconds here at St James's. Ball played in, headed away. Shackle getting above everybody else. And there it is! A remarkable finish to a remarkable game of football. It was all Newcastle were leading 4-3. And then Burnley's turned it around and David Jones got the winner. And Burnley have won this remarkable game by 5 goals to 4. Hello and welcome to White Hart Lane, rather, as Spurs take on Burnley. This is Burnley's game in hand, by the way. Win, they go level on points with Chelsea and will go top on virtue of better goal difference. So a win important for Burnley this evening if they do want to go top of the Premier League. Teams emerging from the tunnel. I've come down with a bit of a cold, which may well explain why I sound a little bit under the weather at the moment. I have had a few problems with the throat, but that's clearing up. So just to let you know about the throat as well, starting to clear up. As for Spurs, Michel Vorm is transferred to Hugo Lloris in goal. Soldado will play up front. Robin and Andy Bayor. It's a pretty good side. Jan Vertonghen leads the line, or leads the defence pretty well. As for the Clarets, it's the same 11 that beat Newcastle 5-4 in one of the most remarkable Premier League games I've ever seen on this game. Kane and Ings are the men up top. Vokes is rested, and with Saturday in mind in that cup time, maybe it's a good thing. He could do with a good game, Jason Shackle, if I'm being honest. He didn't have the best of afternoons against Newcastle. There's Spazio, number 21. Burnley trying to get 1 or 2 quality players in. It's difficult with the budgets that Burnley do have at their disposal at the moment. But they're coping admirably, even though it's been tough going for them in terms of squad depth. The referee tonight, Neil Swarbrick. Spurs go marching in is the cry around White Hart Lane. This is Burnley's game in hand. So 3 points essential, because if they get the 3 points they do go top on goal difference. 8. Okay. Harry Kane. And what a start for Burnley. Just 3 minutes on the clock. And Harry Kane scores against his old club. He just went through the defenders as if he wasn't there. And Michel Vorm beating a mile. And Burnley, who struggled a bit at Newcastle but still won through 5-4 on Saturday. Well, in a game they must win tonight to keep the pace up at the top. Well, they've made the best possible start. Harry Kane on the mark. 1-0 to the Clarets. Harry Kane the scorer. It's 11th of the season. And his first goal, and he gets and how fitting it is it's him get the first goal on his return to White Hart Lane. Kane intercepts. Now Kitely. Burnley really have to mean business tonight. An emphatic win would be brilliant away from home. They brush Spurs aside so comfortably in the League Cup, and he could get even better. Kane gets another one. 2 goals in the first 8 minutes. And the Clarets are cock-a-hoop. And it's that man again with his 12th goal of the season. Harry Kane comes back to Tottenham and is haunting them big time here. Tottenham letting go for I think about £2.5 million. And they'll think now, what a mistake. Because Harry Kane, since joining the club, has just gone goal crazy. And he's creeping up to Danny Ings' total. Harry Kane, of course, was the subject of a big beef from Bayern Munich. Burnley wanted more money for him, and Bayern Munich didn't think that was right, but you have to protect the football club, the interests of Burnley Football Club. You want the most money for your top players, but here's a chance for Tottenham. And Soldado will believe he should have done better, but Tom Heaton, and let's be honest, had no chance with the 4 goals that went past him at Newcastle. Well, he's been more than superb on more than one occasion for Burnley this season. Chadley to take the Tottenham corner. 2 goals down. Chadley with the kick. Headed away. It comes to Shackle now. Not a good ball. Not a good ball at all. Soldado. Fair challenge, says Mr. Swarbrick. Play on. Now Ings. Quarter of an hour gone. And if Danny Ings makes it 3 now from this position, which he will, the game could well and truly be over. 3-0. And Burnley's finishing tonight has been nothing short of ruthless. And lethal too. Look at that for a finish. So Kane has got 2, Ings has got 1, and Burnley within the first 15 minutes here tonight have 3. And I hope Leicester City and Nigel Pearson, who are looking in on this game, are taking note, because this is a devastating away performance from Burnley. 17 minutes gone. Tottenham 0, Burnley 3. And here come Tottenham. Dembele. Chances here for Dembele. He gets a second opportunity, deflects into the arms of goalkeeper Tom Heaton. Whelan. Gnabry. Trippier. Dawson. Shackle. Now Ward. Keightley. Ward again. Whelan. Keep ball time now for Tottenham here. For Burnley rather. Here's Dawson. Jones. 9th goal of the season on Saturday. Turned out to be the winning goal in that 5-4 epic again at Newcastle. Go down with one of the games of the season. Not just from Burnley's point of view, but from a Premier League point of view, because both teams on Saturday really contributed to what was an entertaining brand of those top attacking throws. And meanwhile, Tottenham have a chance at the other end, and another good save from Tom Heaton. Well, it could have so easily been, Tottenham could have easily had 3 goals themselves here. Difference is, Heaton has been alert to all 3 chances. Tottenham corner, 31 minutes gone, they're 3 goals down. White Hart Lane, a eerie silence for the time being at least. Shackle, only Kane up ahead of him. Shackle deciding that he's going to take the shackles off and go forward himself, if you pardon the pun. Now he's short-handed at the back. Tottenham piling men forward now. Burnley with that very comfortable 3-goal cushion. They're quite happy to let Tottenham try and attack the goal and pick him up on the break. Trippier. Kane. He's just making a dart, and he could be well found, but ball is lightning fast off his line and played the sweeper keeper role to terrific effect. At the expense of a throw. Istayad. Ward. Keightley. Oh, tricky skills by the winger. Now what about the cross? Dinked up rather well, but Ings couldn't get on the end of it. Dawson. Shackle. Ward. This is Keightley. 2 wait in the centre. Katie's liking so to it, Ings. And the Tottenham defence got in all sorts of a pickle there. Burnley retaining possession rather well. Here's Ward. Keightley. Losing it possession this time. Good tackle flying in there. Tottenham get the throw. But they got a free kick. With the last set piece of the first half showing, and then Mr. Swarbrick should put whistle to his mouth. Checked his watch. And a second time of asking, and then finally blows the half-time whistle. Burnley 3 up inside 15 minutes, 2 for Kane, 1 for Ings. It's been pretty plain sailing so far. Tottenham could have had a couple of goals, But at half-time at White Hart Lane, and again at Burnley need to win, they're doing just that. They're beating Tottenham by 3-0. Well, welcome back to White Hart Lane. Just one game to bring you up to date with this. This is one of two games taking place at St Mary's. It's goalless between Southampton and Everton. And the only 3 goals on Premier League evening has gone to Burnley, and they're going to take Kane and Ings off, and Barnes and Wokes are going to get a run out. So too is Scott Arfield for Ben Whelan. So Burnley making a triple change there, as you can see. And with Leicester City in mind, it's important that these players get a lot of game time. Burnley have a comfortable cushion. They can afford to make changes like that. They could well add to the squad by the Leicester game. There has been talk of Frank Lampard coming to the football club. And a little bit of experience as the early shot comes in. It's charged down by Jason Shackle there. Should have attempted shot at goal by Soldado. Scotland tried to reduce the arrears. Chadley to take another corner. Lamella is right in there on the 6-yard box. That was towards him, in fact, but it comes to Ashley Barnes. Sam Vokes is furthest forward here. Tongan tracks him all the way there. It's going to be a free kick Spurs. No, the referee allowing the advantage to go on. Good sensible refereeing there from Mr. Swarbrick. Now he pulls it up, and then David Jones is going into the referee's notebook. For a few ironic cheers from the Tottenham supporters.
Substitution on the field. Going on now is
the changes there. Aaron Lennon about to come on now for Eric Lamella. Burnley, of course, have used their quota of 3. Tottenham have used their first permitted sub of 3. That's Aaron Lennon. And it's confirmed into the book. Tottenham have a free kick and a chance. Again, no beating Tom Heaton here tonight. Dembele. Shot coming in again, deflected, and again ball falling rather calmly for Tom Heaton. Here's Vokes. Oh, lovely skill from Sam Vokes. He does that terrifically well. Barnes muscles off it there. A little bit unfairly, but the referee allowing it to go on. It was Vertonghen who got the challenge in. 25 to go. Tottenham 0, Burnley 3. All the 3 goals coming in 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes, in fact. 2 for Kane on his return to the club. And Danny Ings. Both have been substituted at half-time. With the amount of volume of games in mind, that's not a foul. Looked like a foul to me, but the referee deciding that he got the ball. It's a corner kick to Tottenham. Come on, you Spurs, is the cry. Chadley with the corner. And away by Ward, but not very far. Cross coming in. Oh, what a good catch that was. Good confident pace of goalkeeping. And then he's done a... Oh, Heaton has made a mistake, but he's got away with it. Lennon was offside. Attention throw it. It was well intercepted, in fairness to Soldado. Did really well to get his head on that, but unfortunately Lennon had drifted offside. And that's a Chadley. It's going to come off. And the England international, Andros Townsend, is going to replace him. Tottenham using their second substitute to their permitted quota of 3. Burnley used all 3 of theirs at half time. Dawson, Arfield, midfield is just a little bit sluggish, but he's okay. Here's chance for Trippier now, the right back to dart forward, gets a cross in. Oh, what a lovely goal! What a lovely goal from Sam Vokes, and beautifully made down the right hand channel by Kieran Trippier. He put a peach of a ball into the box, and Vokes onside got in front of the goalkeeper form and nods fantastically into the corner of the net, and the Clarets are running away with it now. It's Tottenham 0, Burnley 4, and Sam Vokes is the third Burnley striker this season that goes into double figures for the season in league terms. So 2 for Kane and 1 each for Ings and Vokes. Tottenham 0, Burnley 4. It's a rout. Certainly up there, one of the best away wins. Certainly up there with the Man City score anyway. He went there and won 3-0. Now Ashley Barnes. And he's run half the length of the field. He's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. He's earned his opportunity and he's scored himself. 1 each for Barnes, Vokes and Ings, 2 for Kane. It's Tottenham Hotspur 0 now, Burnley 5. And he earned his chance there, Barnes. Ran half the length almost of the field. The Spurs defence had gone forward because Spurs having to chase the game. Even at 4-0 down, they had to take risks. Barnes gets his 4th for the season. And with 8 minutes left, it's all an open and shut case now. Tottenham 0, Burnley 5. My goodness, the Burnley strikers have been in, all of them that have taken part tonight, have been in superior form. Serge Gnabry's picked up a slight knock. That's for Burnley. Extra bodies into the squad would be a real godsend for them. Lennon. Tottenham showing now too far behind with time more or less out for them. Try to pull one back, but again, no beating Tom Eaton again. Kitely. Barnes can't keep the ball in. I don't think he's too worried about that now at the moment. Stambouli comes off and Emmanuel Adebayor comes on. Not going to make much difference now to who's winning the match. Who's winning and who's going to win the match anyway, but Adebayor will get a couple of minutes game time. Tottenham were soundly beaten here in the League Cup last month. They're going to be soundly beaten here now at White Hart Lane tonight. And that game in hand, and not only that, that goal difference has proved pivotal for Burnley again. And they've extended that superior goal difference now over Chelsea, and hopefully a welcome clean sheet to boot. And there it is, a 5-goal victory and a clean sheet, and Burnley go top on goal difference. The goals, Harry Kane with 2, Ings, Vokes and Barnes near the end with 1 each, and Burnley now go top on goal difference. Final score, Spurs 0, Burnley 5. Welcome to the King Power Stadium. It's a special day in the football calendar because it's the 3rd round day of the FA Cup. Well, in this case it's an evening game, an evening kick-off. Burnley are league leaders on goal difference against a fellow promoted Premier League side. They will take some stopping. And Burnley, in fact, have signed this fella here for next season, Esteban Cambiaso. We can tell you that straight away. He's in the Burnley side for next season. As for now, he's in Leicester colours for the rest of this season, and he comes up against his future club. Nick Powell plays in behind Jamie Vardy, and Mahrez and Knockout are 2 dynamos on either flank. One change for Burnley. Scott Arfield comes in for Serge Gnabry. That's just the one change from that 5-0 demolition job of Tottenham a 2 or 3 days ago. Ings and Kane in red up form so far, with 20 goals between them this season. Around 26, 27 goals between the two of them. Not to mention Sam Boaks remaining with 10 himself. He's amongst the substitutes bench with 4 goals, Ashley Barnes and company. So away we go then in his third round cup tie. Leicester in blue, Burnley in claret and blue. Leicester attacking right to left, Burnley left to right. It's just half, and already an early chance there for Leicester to make an early mark, but Whelan comes across. Here's Kane. Trying to make a significant intervention there. Leicester have never won the FA Cup. Burnley once won it back in 1912 when they won it. Here's Kane. And again, Schmeichel blocking with the legs. And Trippier, who been the subject of contract negotiations this season. Rejected a contract offer from Burnley. He's still got 2 years to go on his current deal, so there's plenty of time for Burnley paymasters to make him a good offer he can't refuse. Kitely. Good effort from Kitely. Curved viciously there. And it went wide of the far post. Schmeichel was scrambling a bit. Claret's really making a positive start to this third round cup tie. It ends a draw after 90 minutes. We will have a replay back up at Turf Moor. The last thing Burnley wants is another extra game. The next match, incidentally, is a 2-legged cup semi, plus the 2 legs of a cup semi against Arsenal in the League Cup. Here's Kane now. Kane's shot rather tamely hit. Schmeichel did very well. Too much it can be also from a Leicester point of view. Trippier doing well. Here's Jones. What's the referee in here? I think it's an offside decision. And according to the linesman on the far side, it drifted too soon. Halfway through the first half. It's all Premiership affair. Here's Cambiasa. Fine challenge by Shackle. Won the ball very cleanly, but Leicester still have it. And played back into the area, but it's no one was in a 5-yard vicinity of Tom Heaton. And rumours as well, Burnley might end up signing Frank Lampard. Had experience and buzz to that Burnley midfield, and that's what they need. Here's Ings, goal! Just shy of half an hour gone, and Burnley get their just rewards. Wonderful cross here from Scott Arfield, and Ings doing what Danny Ings does best, getting on the end of balls like that, and powering yet another goal to his impressive tally this season. First goal in this cup run this season, or this potential cup run this season. Off the mark in the FA Cup, Danny Ings. And Burnley, who have been marginally the better team in this tie so far, in the half hour we've played, are in front. Claret's chasing a quadruple. Leading in the Premier League in a cup semi-final in the Capital One, and Now leading in the third round of the FA Cup. We've got 2 legs of last 16 game in the European Cup with Borussia Dortmund to come next month. And a potential for a Wembley final if they can get past Arsenal over 2 legs. They play the winners of the other semi between, I think it's, well, I'll tell you when we get to that anyway. But if they can get to Wembley, that would be a real achievement for them. Jones, reflection in the past, but it favours Esteban Cambiasso here. Also did well. Then we made 64 run to win today. Rest of the outsiders. But had home advantage, and here's Harry Kane. This man is in red hot form. Will it be 2? It will. There's just no stopping Harry Kane at this moment in time. And the Clarets more than deserve their 2-goal cushion here. And going to half time in this FA Cup third round contest. 2 goals clear. And Ings and Kane, you won't be surprised to hear, are amongst the scorers. (2-0) to the Clarets, and it's a well-deserved and a well-commanded lead. Took them half an hour, but Leicester now limping in at the moment. And Strike Force has had nothing really to feed off at the moment. Tom Heaton certainly hasn't been tested. And it's been easy for Burnley to pick Leicester off at well, really. And there is the half-time whistle. And it's looking very comfortable for Burnley and their 4,500 travelling supporters. They lead by 2-0 in this third round FA Cup. Ings and Kane the scorers, and at half time then it's Leicester 0, Burnley 2. Well, there's been plenty of other cup games being played around the country. As things stand here, we'll bring you a few of the scores at the moment. Arsenal 1, Fulham 1, Blackburn 1, Blackpool 1, that's a Lancashire derby there. Burton Albion 1, Norwich City 1 at the Pirelli. Cardiff 0, Rotherham 1, so Steve Evans' side in control there. Crystal Palace 2-0 up at Selhurst Park against Cambridge United. Derby and Hull drawing 1-1 in a Championship versus Premier League game. Everton 1, Charlton 0. Leyton Orient 1, Brentford 1, another London derby there. East London against West London. Middlesbrough 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Notts County 1, Port Vale 1. Oldham 0, Aston Villa 1. QPR 1, Southampton 0. Reading 2, Walsall 0. Rochdale 0, Barnsley 0. Sheffield United 1, Millwall 0. Shrewsbury 0, Birmingham 1 in a Midlands derby at the New Meadow. Watford 0, Sunderland 1. West Brom 1, Liverpool 1. West Ham 1, Stevenage 0. And Wolves 0, Stoke 0 in another Midlands derby. We're also in the Midlands at the moment, and it's 2-0 to Burnley. In what's looking at a routine performance for the Clarets here in this third round of the FA Cup. Leicester, it's going to be see whether they can survive the drop back to the Championship. It's the man Cambiasso there. Lined there by Shackle. Good ball forward through the middle, and here's Danny Ings. Still Ings. 3. And with 5 minutes gone in this second half of this FA Cup tie, I think we can safely say that the Clarets are in the draw for the 4th round of this season's FA Cup. Tuke found the corner. And Ings, who's got, I think, about 16 goals so far in the league this season. He's got a few in the League Cup, certainly plenty in the Champions League. I think he's got about 10 in that as well. He must have something like over 40 goals this season in all competitions. He is probably the country's hottest property as far as striker is concerned. That's his second now. Burnley's third. And they don't have to play too hard now. And here's Kane. Is it 4? It is. There's no stopping the Clarets now. They are running away with this cup tie. Leicester having to attack. Caught on the break. And Harry Kane picks them off. And once again, the Burnley finishing has been nothing short of ruthless. Leicester City 0, Burnley 4. 10 minutes gone in the second half. And so far, the result does not flatter the Clarets one bit. They could be winning by 5 or 6. In truth be told. And this is against a very strong Leicester side. Now Jamie Vardy. That's a foul. Bit reckless there from Shackle. That's got to say. Referee decided that is deemed a bookable offence.
Substitution in progress. Going on now is number 10.
Certainly tagged Vardy there, good and proper. Burnley captain. Foul coming off there for Leicester. Hasn't had a good game, Powell, if I'm being honest. Andy King will take his place. He nearly scored the winning goal when these two sides met. But Burnley came back with 2 late goals to deny Leicester a share of the spoils. They have a free kick here. They're trailed 4-0 though, with almost an hour gone. Mark2 will take the free kick. It is him. And it's not a good free kick. In fact, it wasn't Mark2, it was Anthony Knockaert. Terrible free kick nevertheless. It's all about relaxation for Burnley at the moment. They don't need to press any panic buttons. They're just going at their own speed now. That's the ball in. Ings nearly getting the hat-trick. Here's Arfield. Arfield 5. Well, Scott Arfield has come into the side today and gets his reward. And with it, Burnley's 5th. And it was just too easy. Leicester really didn't clean their lines properly enough, or good enough. And Arfield had a free run into the area and has slid in goal number 5. And it's no more than what Burnley deserve. They showed Tottenham up for 5 the other day, and they're showing Leicester for 5 now this afternoon, or this evening rather. Vardy. Corner kick.
Substitution taking place. Going on is number 35.
We'll have another look at this goal from Arfield. It was superbly taken. Lashed in before Schmeichel can move. David Nugent and Danny Drinkwater about to make cameos. Jamie Vardy is one of the men being withdrawn. David Nugent will come on in his place, and I think Matty James is the other player to make way. And Danny Drinkwater can come on for this corner. Lots of bodies there. 3 or 4 players, 2 from either side, had gone down. Header's gone wide by Drinkwater. Free header too. Well, he should have hit the target at least. Nugent's actually got himself an injury, and Nigel Pearson has used up all his substitutes. Burnley haven't had to get out of second or third gear. They've just been so... They've just picked Leicester off at real will. Players going down left, right and centre there, colliding with each other. Cade. Ings wants the ball. He'll get it. It's Eggs. Tries to teleport the ball. Schmeichel this time stays upright and makes the save. Nugent, the ex-Burnley man. Tackled by Dawson. This can be Cambiasso, Burnley bound for next season. Good cross, off the crossbar. And the rebound is into the arms of Tom Eaton. And the first time they've beaten Tom Eaton, Leicester. Might not have counted in the grand scheme of things, but for very much. But would have put them on the scoreboard quite so simply. Jones, Cade. Just a lot of Scott Arfield in truth. Arfield did magnificently well, keeps it going, and the rebound is denied. And goal kick given. This is the chance for Nugent. 6 yards out, the ex-Burnley man should have scored. But it need have not mattered anyway. 5 other minutes at the end. And Leicester will be glad when they're over. Because they've gone for a long time in this second half. They are tumbling out of the FA Cup, but they've been outplayed by a Burnley side who have just been so ruthless when they've attacked. That looked a foul there from Danny Ings, blatant, but doesn't matter. The referee brings Leicester's misery to a complete and utter halt. Burnley have just walked away with it. 2 for Ings, 2 for Kane, and Scott Arfield ramming in the 5th one. Burnley go through to round 4 by 5 goals to 0 against the sorry Leicester City side. Hello, welcome to the Capital One semi-final between Burnley and Arsenal. The other semi-final will be between Chelsea and Liverpool, so the winners of this one between Arsenal and Burnley will play Chelsea v Liverpool in the final at Wembley. This game, of course, played over 2 legs. The referee, John Moss, moving the players out. And Burnley will go with the same 11 tonight. Challenge Leicester City for 5 in their last match in the FA Cup. They had signed right back Douglas from Barcelona for £700,000. That'll challenge Kieran Trippier at that position. And there's still talk of signing Frank Lampard as well. As for Arsenal, 2 players they have to watch there. Llorente, Podolski, Ramsey, Wilshere, Flamini, Callum Chambers and Koscielny have been tried at centre-back. Shazi is preferred in goal. There's Michael Kitely, having a great season so far. Arsenal know it's a competition they haven't won for since 1993. The man in charge tonight, Jonathan Moss. It's going to be Burnley to get us underway. Remember, this is over 2 legs, so nothing will be decided after 90 minutes tonight. Got a Burnley victory here. Last thing Burnley want to do is conceding away goals, although only away goals would count double at the end of extra time if the tie was level. It's a silly rule, I know, but that's a long way in the future. Burnley getting us underway, attacking from right to left. Here's Gnabry, good early cross. Kane was lurking there. Comes to Whelan there. Trippier will pick up the loose ball. Jones. Good run. Jones! Flying save by Szczesny. Really good bit of goalkeeping. Beautiful. Well, floodlights on. It's always a great sight to have the floodlights on at Turf Moor. Oh, the happy days, the glory days could well be back at Turf Moor come the end of this season. There's Gnabry to Kane. Ings has made a forward dash, but couldn't get the ball back there. Chambers had done well to intercept. Round to Burnley. Should be to take the throw, which wasn't that good, truth be told. But she's doing well. Trippier there. Jones. What we now got in this semi-final. And here's Jones. Stand the ball back. Oh, he tried to cross it back. I think Szczesny put him off slightly. It's a goal kick. Got it badly wrong. David Jones is having his most prolific season so far. 9 goals from midfield in terms of league performance this season. Every game now for Burnley is a massive game. Every game from now on the end of the season, there's always something riding on it. Tightly. Whelan. Gnabry. Good running by the Arsenal man they've signed on loan from Arsenal. He's chipped it back. Ings! Oh, he's headed it over. Well, halfway through this first half of this first leg, and Danny Ings has somehow missed it from less than 6 yards out. A pouring rain here at Turf Moor. They're doing well. Extra incentive for Harry Kane, being a Tottenham supporter, to put one on the North London rivals. It's his opportunity over 2 legs. Arsenal corner. Half an hour gone. Which it says in making that early save, it was going in. That's a magnificent hand on it. Good right hand save there. Corner to Arsenal. Searching for an early away goal here, and this time it's Kitely coming away with it. Not got much in support. Harry Kane is the only one that could get an outlet to him, and he's delayed the pass enough. Kane has got Ings and Kitely waiting in the centre, and it's behind a pair of them. An attack that promised so much ended in disappointment. Whelan! Goal kick. And still no way through in this semi-final. Total utter deadlock. Winners playing either Chelsea or Liverpool at Wembley. Tom Eaton superb. Arsenal looked as if they were going to break the deadlock themselves, but they hadn't reckoned with the big goalkeeper Tom Eaton. Referee John Moss sensibly allowing the play to go on. And here's Harry Kane. Terrific running here. Chances here. Oh, he's pulled it wide. Oh, Ings was lurking in the middle as well, but Kane decided to go on his own. And completely left his lines. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is going to be cautioned, I believe, for that challenge. David Jones has actually picked up a knock in all of that. I'm not sure if Chamberlain's actually been booked or not. He has. Confirmation there below the scoreboard in the top left hand corner of your screen. Well, they may well have to make a change. Shackle. Half time. One significant save for peace from both Sedney and Heaton, and it's blank score sheet in this first leg of this League Cup semi-final. Half time here then at Turf Moor. It's Arsenal, Burnley 0, Arsenal 0 in the pouring rain. We'll come back to the second half. Burnley about to make a couple of changes in midfield. Scott Arfield replacing David Jones, and Nathaniel Chalobah comes on for Glenn Whelan. So fresh legs in the centre of midfield. Here's Stephen Ward. That's a good ball. Ings took him superbly. Sweet skills by him. Is this the breakthrough? Yes, it is! Turf Moor erupts. Stesley beaten here by just sheer pace. Burnley hit the lead in this semi-final. And Ings hit the scorer. How many times have we said that this season? When you're hot, you're hot. 3 goals in the Capital One this season for Burnley's out and out top scorer. 49 minutes gone of this first leg of this League Cup semi. And cries of Burnley, Burnley ring around this famous old ground. Here's Chalobah. Oh, Catley did well. Picking the defender's pocket, but the attack broke down just as it was getting interesting. And now Arsenal breaking. Danger here for Burnley. If we're allowing their benches to go. Trippier did well. Dawson. Not a good ball. This could be trouble. This could be trouble. Good tackle. What a great block. I think it was Stephen Ward who got the block in. Terrific defending by the left back. Chamberlain. What a semi-final. And now the shot coming in. It's over the top of the crossbar. It's all happening here. Podolski with the shot. Substitution for Arsenal. Chamberlain has run his course as far as this game's concerned. Santi Cazorla now comes on. Goal kick to Burnley. Taking short. Here's Ward. Tightly. Ball just ran beneath him and ran away from him. Ah. Ward again with a good challenge, but it's come again. Well, Burnley's defending has been nothing short of impeccable. Now the changes are being run well and truly by Wenger. Ball cut on for Podolski. 20 minutes of this first leg to go. This semi-final well and truly on a knife edge here. Long throw time. Burnley goal. Another Burnley goal would be an insurance policy. The only thing they mustn't do is concede an away goal. Ings is onside, but Szczesny was lightning fast out of his goal. 15 minutes of the first leg to go. As I said earlier, nothing's decided, but a win for either side would go a long way to seeing who would book their place at Wembley Stadium. Arsenal about to make their final substitution. Laurenti has been rather static, not going into the game at all. He's been replaced by the Frenchman Olivier Giroud. Chalobah, Arfield. Burnley have used 2 of their 3 substitutes. Arsenal have used all 3 now and can't use any more. Cross coming in from the right hand channel. Good header by one there. Dawson doing terrifically well. And Burnley holding very sturdy defensively here as Arsenal try and throw everything at them and try and get an away goal. Free kick. Offside decision against Flamini. Dawson just about found Shackle. Turn just about found Kane. Hold it up well. Here's Ings. Lovely football. It's got Arfield! Oh, it should have been 2. What a lovely move by Burnley. And Arfield got into the shooting position and he lashed at it and it went wide. Unbelievable miss. Chalobah's header. Imperative Burnley don't concede. Oh, they have done! Arsenal have snatched the lead equaliser. And it's a cool finish. Olivier Giroud has scored a priceless away goal. And it's all back in the melting pot now. As we go into time added on for stoppages. Burnley had led since the 49th minute and held on so gamely up until the last minute of normal time. And Giroud has struck a blow back for Arsenal. As Ings tries to amble into the penalty box. There's still time for Burnley to try and win on the night. Penalty given! John Motts has pointed at a spot and Burnley have a chance to go in front. Right at the end of the first leg. Ramsey brought down the player and it's going to be Harry Kane. What responsibility on his shoulders now. It's there! Burnley go in front! It's 2-1! And they take a lead. It may be a slender lead, but they take a lead back to the Emirates. And how crucial could that moment prove to be in the grand scheme of the 2 legs? It could be so crucial. (2-1) to Burnley. And they may well have the slenderest of leads to take back to the Emirates for the away leg. But I tell you something, that is a crucial blow right at the end of the game. So Burnley win the first leg by 2-1. It's not all over yet. Ings and Kane with a penalty, the scorers. Giroud had equalised for Arsenal right near the death. But it's Burnley who take a 2-1 lead back to the Emirates. What 4 dramatic games again. Burnley winning there. Now, some pieces of transfer news. Frank Lampard is joining Burnley Football Club. I can announce it now. He might be 36 years old, but the experience he'll pick up in that midfield area is simply superb. We've got a... There's no way I'm going to accept that sort of bid for Harry Kane. I'm sorry, but that's just ridiculous. That's a great blow for us to strike right at the end of that first period there. Everyone put a shift in, but it's now down to, we need to get the experienced boys in. Lampard, he's 79 rated. He might be 36 years old, but he could cut it with the best of them, and he could go straight into the team for our next fixture, of course. And I should apologise that my voice has sounded a bit horsey as well. It's just been one of those unfortunate things. We got Lampard, by the way, for £650,000, which is not bad for a quality player, is it? Considering our transfer budget. We've had a job offer from the Indian FA, which I'm more than happy enough not to accept. 2 players are being offered. 8.5 for Kane, is it? Maybe if we go to 21.5, we might be able to get some replacements in. I'm quite happy to sell Marvin Sordell. He's not a player that I particularly like, so I'm selling Marvin Sordell. That's more wage budget freed up for people, for other players to come in. Right, before I leave you and end this video, let's have a look at what we got coming up. Well, first of all, we'll have a look at the league tables, shall we? We're actually top, yes, on goal difference. We got a 42 plus 42 goal difference, so we're 20. Our goal difference is 20 better than Chelsea. They're on plus 22. We've scored 60 goals to their 37, and we've only conceded 18. Chelsea have conceded less than that, but it's, I think it's more on goals scored. But we have a plus 42 goal difference. Chelsea have only got up 37 this season, but crucially they haven't lost a game, and it could, you know, but no one's invincible at the moment. They're the only unbeaten record still going in the Premier League. As for, I feel for Southampton at the moment. Palace is really struggling at the moment, only 11 points, but hey ho, that doesn't really worry me at the moment. We're going pretty strongly at the moment. Right, and also we forgot to include Tom Hawke in the Arsenal semi-final, because we've been so used to playing away games. I'd almost forgotten that we were at Turf Moor because of the occasion of the Cup semi-final. But we'll have another home match coming up against Crystal Palace, and obviously the second leg against Arsenal, and the QPR game's been moved, so because we're now through in the FA Cup, both teams will go through in the FA Cup, so the QPR game has been moved back to Wednesday the 4th of February. And the final for the League Cup, if we were to get there, would be played in March and not February as I thought it might be. So we'll finish February with 4 games, almost certainly now, because we don't have a replay in the Cup. Well, home match with Crystal Palace, an FA Cup tie on the 23rd, that Titanic semi-final conclusion on the 27th, and then the end of the January transfer window and the away trip to Sunderland. So plenty of great action to look forward to there. Let's just have a look at where we are in terms of FA Cup at the moment. We haven't had the draw for round 4 yet. There are some replays that need sorting out. Barnsley, Rochdale, Blackpool, Blackburn. Bit of a local derby there. Bolton, Yeovil, Rotherham, Cardiff, Southampton, QPR, Premier League affairs, Spurs and Portsmouth. Portsmouth holding Spurs, I believe. And then another Midlands derby between Stoke and Wolves, and Sunderland and Watford to complete the replay lineup. We haven't had to go through that rigmarole, thank God. Being 4 competitions all at the same time, it's I can imagine it's very hard at the moment. We're just going to put Douglas in it amongst the substitutes at the moment, and me can drop down. So that's it then. That's it now. As I say, that's the first part of January out the way. It will be done in 2 parts now. We were thinking of 3 parts if fixtures had gone against us, you know, like the cup replay and 1 or 2 other things. But because it's 8 games, we can get 2 blocks of 4 games on each video. So we can do the 2 videos as we have done for most months, apart from the start of the season when it was just 3 games in August. So that's it from the first part of January. That's it for episode. I think it's for this particular episode anyway. And we'll see you for part 2 of January. Until then, take care. Keep subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye now.